Well, Min-jae's race to United has heated up. Very many teams are really in for him, and they're really willing to go ahead and really do the same thing that United want to do. But I think we are really leading the race. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where you're watching it from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Hag Maguire in the mix. We're going to discuss about him as another team has emerged as one of those that want to sign him, and how he's selling or departure at Manchester United is linked to the arrival of Minjae. And then we are going to tackle a little bit of Facundo Pellistri. Facundo Pellistri is another one that has been hinted about by the Manchester United website, and we're gonna head to bring you the quotes of Facundo Pellistri, discussing how our season was and how special Erik ten Hag is a manager at Man United. Now is making things happen at the club. So let's see 200 likes smashing this video, and let's start it off with the Minjae story coming in from Santi JM. I really give him a lot of respect. He's the first journalist I saw break the story of Casemiro to Manchester United. Here we go. Then others really found themselves following up that story of Casemiro to Man United. Now, Santi, FM, and Sebastian Dennis, they all work for Foot Mercato, have gone ahead and confirmed us that Minjae remains Man United's top priority. However, talks with the player have made little progress in the recent weeks. Newcastle have made him a priority. PSG keen, but he wants Premier League. Chelsea interested too, but Kim isn't. So the race is heating up. When you hear that Minjae remains United's priority, that's no longer news. It's something that Erik ten Hag has been working on since December last year, and he has gone ahead to convince the player to go on and really come to Man United. And this is one of the things that evidence his words on how quality players are willing to come in to play for Man United than it was last season. Last season, these big players never wanted to come to Man United because they thought that we really lacked a lot of organization at the team, and they really snubbed Erik ten Hag. That's why he never got in many who were really world class. But those that he brought in have gone ahead to do some good work altogether. Minjae is really a very good player, and that talks with Minjae and his representatives, the reason as to why they are not progressing highly or in a high speed is simple. Minjae is in South Korea, and he went for the military service. Remember, in South Korea, each and every time you hit the age of 26, you find yourself in a situation of going to serve in the military and obviously do certain works in there. So Minjae has gone to serve for the country, and after that he's going to return, and I think that will be the right position for United to go ahead and obviously talk to him and do the needful and really get these talks back to where they're supposed to be. But I'm not worried about him, because if it was a deal that never had what we call a release clause, I would have been worried about PSG, I would have been worried about Chelsea, I would have been worried about PSG. But with those three coming in through, showing their intent to sign Minjae, they cannot sign him, man. They cannot sign him now because United doesn't have the money to sign Minjae right now, and they have to wait until the takeover process gets done. And we've gotten some good news that this week, from Monday to Friday, the Glazers are expected to put out a statement that is really huge as far as their decision on who is the preferred owner of Man United is concerned. So we anticipate that a lot here onto the United Matters channel. When it's out, we are going to come out and do the needful. Now, you see how God loves us. If that transfer was open or the clause was up from 1st June to 15th, then we would have found ourselves in a position of losing out on the deal, because right now we cannot raise £45 million to sign Minjae, as Erik ten Hag wants to first get in Mason Mount. And I don't see it coming, if at all it was the case, that he says get £45 million, sign Minjae, 55 on Mason Mount, and remain with nothing, because he wants to sign a centre forward, and we don't have cash with us. Cash will come in after we sell. But I'm not afraid of PSG. Obviously, they pulled out of the race and they are back because the player told them his ideal destination is to play in the Premier League. The 3 Premier League teams that are really sorry about that. The 3 Premier League teams that are really wanting to sign Min-jae are Man United. He fancies to come to our side. Newcastle, he doesn't fancy to go their side because he doesn't believe in them. They're not a big club, and he has grown in Asia, in a country where South Korea had one of the best players in their country playing for Man United, so he admires to play for Man United. And thirdly, Chelsea have the money. It's a very good club. They are not in the Champions League. So it shows you that Min-jae is sold onto an idea of coming to Man United, and that's where he wants to be playing his ball at next season. Then Fabrizio Romano also went ahead and really confirmed to us about the Min-jae situation and Man United. He said Man United have Min-jae on their list since October and remains the main target. Release clause only valid in July, as United are in contact with the agents. Newcastle are informed too. Man United he understands Man United are also monitoring the French market for plan B options. But the first option is all about Min-jae. Now, what is bringing Min-jae to Man United? Obviously, TalkSport have told us that Maguire is not keen on departing Man United this summer, despite being ostracized from the starting 11. Ten Hag wants to sell him to fund a move for Min-jae. Tottenham Hotspur have been linked with Harry Maguire. The 30-year-old is reluctant to give up his option at the club just yet. Now, you ask yourself, what is running the head of Harry Maguire? That's the big question, because if you are a captain of the club and you are not playing, you are supposed to look in for another team that's going to give you first team football. If he's reluctant, that means he is just living in denial and not telling himself the truth that he needs to hear. The fact is, he's nowhere near the starting 2 positions of the central defense of Man United. He cannot play ahead of Varane. He can't play ahead of Lisandro Martinez. He can't play ahead of Luke Shaw. He can't play ahead of Rafael Varane. Now, when Min-jae comes in through, he's going to drop again into the pecking order, and that won't be easy for him to come in through. And Ten Hag would have gone ahead to sell his 5 centre-backs that he needs to see him throughout the season of 2023-2024. So it shows you that Maguire lacks ambition. That's why he wants to be at Man United, because he believes that he's going to win trophies. When he was the captain of Man United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we played 1 final and we lost. We played close to 3 semi-finals and we lost all of them. We are knocked out. So he never got a chance to lift the trophy, and he has got a chance to lift a trophy in his entire career at Manchester United this season. So I think he's anticipating that even if I'm not playing next season, United are going to lift more trophies, because Ten Hag is going to get in more quality players and they're going to be competing in for different trophies. And that's it. If Ten Hag gets Min-jae, he gets Rabiot, he gets Mason Mount, he gets Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen and Rasmus Højlund. If he makes those 5 signings, trust me, I'll be here telling you that we are into the title race of the Champions League and the Premier League, because those players, you give them Erik ten Hag in the last 15 games of the season in the Premier League, he puts a lot of pressure onto City, you know. He wins the UEFA Europa League and he beats City in the FA Cup finale. That's it. So Ten Hag just lacked quality. He lacked players that would give him the best that he deserves as a manager. But if at all he gets in all those, he's going to win trophies next season. That's a must. And I think that's why Harry Maguire wants to stay. But as he's wanting to stay, the club wants him out, you know. That's why we want in owners like Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, because when he comes in through, Harry Maguire won't stay. The Glazers fear to sell him on a cheap, but if a team like Spurs comes in through and says, we want Harry Maguire, he's earning £200,000 a week, and we are valuing him at 40 million, then we are getting you 30 and let the 10 facilitate his wages. Maguire will leave. That's it. I understand some of the reasons why he doesn't want to go are all about us triumphing next season without him. That will paint a very bad image on his captaincy at Manchester United, that he never really led the club to victory, because next season you won't be far away from lifting the Premier League. We are going to compete seriously with the likes of City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea. So we can facilitate that if we have in a rich owner who can really say, let's get in £30 million, get Harry Maguire off, and obviously let us do the needful as the club of Man United. So Harry Maguire doesn't want to go, he's reluctant, but as he doesn't want to leave, several teams are coming in through to show their interest into the United captain. Newcastle want Harry Maguire on loan. Man United are not interested in loaning him. If the Magpies come in with cash offer, it would be a different story. That is Alan Nixon coming in through and obviously giving us that update that Newcastle want to get Harry Maguire on. And I'm asking myself, which kind of team really has to go in for Harry Maguire on loan, yet the team wants to sell? I understand Newcastle have close to £80 million to spend in this summer transfer window. Unless otherwise they sell more players and really get in money to say to it, they really get in more. But for us as Man United, all you want is simple. We want to sell the player. We want to sell Harry Maguire and get in close to 30 or £40 million. Add it to that of Scott McTominay, the 30, that of Fred, the 30, that is 1 million, that is £100 million. Then add on Donny van de Beek, like £20 million. Add on Elanga 10, that is 130. Add on Brandon Williams 10, that is 140. Add on Bay and Telles combined 10, that is £150 million. That's what you want, such that Eric Ten Hag's budget is really huge to spend. But people coming in on loan like Newcastle are not entertained with this business, and Ten Hag cannot give them an ear because he really understands that those are just wasting our time in these negotiations, because what we want is to sell, and teams like Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham can come and talk to us. That's it. So let's wait and see how that's going to happen between Newcastle and Harry Maguire. You never know, United can say yes to that deal, but I don't see that happening anytime from now. Facundo Pellistri has said, as he assessed the season of Man United, it was a good season. We are able to qualify for the Champions League, which was our goal in pre-season. We won the Carabao Cup. I gained a lot of experience. I'm happy to my first full season here. And obviously, he would have gone ahead to miss out on an opportunity to really get his first debut for the club of Man United if he never got an injury in the second last pre-season game we played down in Oslo, Norway, where he got an injury when we were playing against Atletico Madrid, and that prevented him from getting a loan that would have gone ahead to Desire 4 by his agents. But staying at Man United, Eric Ten Hag got more time to really see him and obviously assess him. That's why you saw him play him in very many games of Man United, and he even put up assists, and it was a very good player. And he has gone ahead to say that he gained a lot of experience, and obviously that's what you need at the club of Man United as it stands right now. And Facundo Pellistri is one of a kind that has shown us very good progress, and I think Ten Hag will contemplate on how he's going to either loan him this season or keep him to be part of the team, and maybe can come in like Alejandro Garnacho did this season. And lastly, this is what Facundo Pellistri said about Eric Ten Hag. He said Ten Hag is a great manager. He taught us a lot of things, different ways of playing. We prepare different for every game. Of course, we have the same style, but we have to change some things every game. Now, he's coming out to really tell us that Ten Hag is a special manager, and we all know it. That his specialities have been orchestrated in very many games as we've gone ahead to torment people, and how we turned Old Trafford into a fortress. And I think all players are really happy as far as this is concerned. So guys, your thoughts on Min-jae race to Man United? Hits up. What do you make about Facundo Pellistri, and what's going to say about our season and Eric Ten Hag? And lastly, Harry Maguire reluctant to leave. Ten Hag wants to sell him to facilitate the move of Min-jae to Man United, but the skipper of the club is not willing to leave. If you're Eric Ten Hag, what do you do? I leave it to you, and I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Me out for now.